Hello everyone. So this is the Karmic Happenings reading for Trump's Saturday, October 11th. See how he's doing since he, of course, did not get his Nobel Peace Prize. I'm going to do a Celtic cross. I may layer some other cards in with it, some other decks, but let's just see what we have here first. But congratulations to Maria Corina Machado of Venezuela. While she's in hiding from Maduro, and she's a Libra. How perfect, with the sun in Libra, that she received the Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, so the forces in motion for his entire day has to do with he's needing to listen to something, I would think, from a wise woman, but we know that he won't. We know that he won't. He just won't. All right? It may be affecting him on the level of his stomach, and he always needs to drink more water. That's never going to happen. He probably goes for IV visits to get water in his system. My God. So, but anyway, he might just be being more quiet. Yeah, that's interesting. So anyway, his big challenge for the day with the Hermit card coming through reversed is both of these cards do relate to isolation, but I think that he's feeling, this is a card of an acute illness, but it isn't the health reading. But this card does have to do with most of all withdrawing, and I don't know if he's feeling lonely. But I do think he's kind of, maybe his big challenge is that he can't get the alone time because he's put himself in a situation where I guess maybe he's supposed to be going to Gaza with Jared and I don't know who else. And maybe he's supposed to be meeting what's-his-face, Netanyahu. So that's interesting. Who's also a Libra, but he's not getting any Nobel Peace Prize either. Whoa. These are a lot. Oh my goodness, you guys. I have 4 majors here so far. Okay, the place where he's sitting with, or stewing in, and where he has some control too, is Temperance reversed. But he doesn't have control because this is a card of a grave illness. This is my card for blood transfusions and imbalances of meds, drug interactions. That's really interesting for him to have this. It also, it's our card that rules, one of the cards that rules the liver. So, but he's totally out of balance. He's not patient. His temper is awful. He's just, that's why I call him Trader Tot, because he really is a toddler. And in the most recent past, and this card did come through in his health reading, and it was over here in the middle of the night. It's like, going insane. Insane in the membrane, because that's who he is. A lot of unhappiness and confusion when this card comes through reversed. A lot of paranoia. What's hanging over him, oh my goodness, okay, even more. What's hanging over him with zero control is that he has to move on and he has to let go, but that goes totally against his nature, right? Because his nature is all about having the utmost control over this material plane. Well, you know what? We all die someday, dude. And I'm a firm believer in, it's nice to earn your death, right? The death he earns is going to be very painful because he's been He's been a monster. The devil will have his due. His reputation is going through, I don't know what do you want to call it. Like it's in the diaper area is what I want to say. God. His near future is to be in more bondage and more addiction and get even deeper into his control issues, and he's going to be more apathetic and more cruel. And yeah. Now, to have on the, inner influences going on, the Fool with him, I would say, is that maybe he thinks that he's going to have a new beginning. Maybe he really is like just trying to let go of the fact that, I didn't get that peace prize. But what a kind of an idiot, right? What kind of insane idiot would think that you could get a peace prize when you've done the things that you've done in your life? Right? It's just not. That's never going to happen with someone like him. It's never going to happen to Netanyahu. It's never going to happen to Putin. It's never going to happen to MBS. Well, he's not even in this. Yeah, they're in other countries anyway, which wouldn't matter. But the thing is, yeah, it's not going to happen. So, Five of Cups reversed hanging over him can also bring in more of his diverticulitis, his colon cancer, bladder cancer, prostate cancer, whatever's going on, and all of his, illnesses of everything in the mushroom field. But he could be coming out of denial. He could be trying to accept the fact that he just didn't get it. He may also be kind of grieving a little bit. I don't know. Would he really ever feel his emotions? I only say that in wonder because of the fact that we do have the High Priestess here connected to the moon. And we do have the Hermit here reversed, indicating him going within, but being, isolating that way. But no, he's supposed to be out and connecting with what's-his-face, so with Netanyahu. Yeah, so on the inner levels, with the Fool, he's, I don't know, I think he's just not, I think he thinks he has a new beginning going on, but he doesn't really. Because this card rules the nervous system, and we know that he's, he's on shaky ground. When it comes to the external effect, or what's affecting him maybe if I go this way you guys can see better. Yeah, I'll just do that. I've got plenty of room. What's going on externally with the Five of Wands over here, this tells me that there's something that's just, he's fighting to be on top. He thinks that he has to be on top of everything. He's got this desperate need for approval, and he's just full of all these destructive attitudes. This is like the need to win. But, it's fun for kids' games and, recreation like that. But, again, he's the Fool. And then going out into the long-term future, I've got the Sun, which normally, you could say would be a positive thing, but not with him, because maybe it just has to do with the fact that if he is going to Gaza and if he's going to the Middle East, it's a very hot, arid, dry situation that won't be good for his nervous system, right? And he will be seen. He will be seen. The outcome for the day with the Nine of Cups reverse is that he's not going to get what he wants. His wishes will not be fulfilled. If he's going there just to try, if he's going to the Middle East for whatever reasons, which of course it is always going to be about something he wants. It's always about his greed and his materialism. But he is going to be exploited, is what I'm getting there. He will be exploited by people who are having more energy than him and are a whole lot younger than him, and he will wind up feeling like the fool. So, okay, and that's it with the tarot. Let me go ahead. I'll just, let's do something different here. Let's use the Lennies real quick. What is going on with him? Saturday, October 11th, 2025. What are his karmic happenings? I'm wondering now if that high priestess up here, if that's an actual woman that has control. Maybe it's our stand-in for Maria Corina Machado, but she's a Libra. I would have thought that like the Queen of Swords would have come through. But then again, she is in hiding, and she is in a very high position of power now. Okay, so for him, it has to do with the news. So a lot of news coming out having to do with his elderly situation. And there's trouble with Project 2025. More and more news coming out about Project 2025 and how it betrays what everybody wants. And surprises. Now this would have to do with an invitation, but he's moving into a trap up here. This is also the Queen of Clubs in this, in this system, so that's interesting too. That'd be like, Queen of Wands, but she's troubling. So with the Sun, there again, dehydrated colon, dehydration in the intestinal tract, and maybe needing to move towards some kind of recovery because of his old age. And secrets too. With the book, it could be things are hidden from him, and he's betrayed, bit somehow, maybe even. With the Tower card, this is a person who's in control and in some kind of authority. If he's gone to the Middle East, he thinks it's him, but it's not really. Other people that have, people who will betray him that have a different agenda and intention, and they may be, I wouldn't say wiser, but there's just more of an authority there, especially with these cards here. Yeah. The house has to do with his body, soul, and the foundation. And there are obstacles, major obstacles and hidden enemies with the Mountain. And he thinks he's going to make a deal. But, oh boy, okay. When you have these two cards together, the Clouds and the Lilies, this is definitely dementia. And they know. And the news is going to just keep pumping out the fact that he's blocked in his brain from even being able to commit or make any kind of a deal because of his dementia. And it could be the news brings out something surprising and reveals the truth as to how burdened he is. My goodness. And then we have the Clover, people taking advantage of him. And then we have, with the Whip, we have abuse going on here. And repetitive abuse. He is continually, I'm surprised I don't have, I wonder if I kept going when I have the stork. Let me just go ahead and do another layer real quick. I have room, might as well. Yeah, here's our stork. Oh yeah, of course. And then here's the untrustworthy, maybe even some kind of an assassin. And then maybe Putin has something going on, but trouble with his tummy and again, and his health. Okay, I'm glad I did that extra layer. And here we have the foreign travel transactions that will bring in the loss. No deal. It's important, but no, he ain't going to get it. Whatever he's going to get, whatever he thinks he's going to get, he won't, when it all works out. Because his health issues are preventing him from making improvement and change. The stork would be the news is bringing out something surprising that proves the dark shroud of his soul that is preventing him from making big changes or improvements. And the stork would be like our airplane flying, but with the health card, the moon, this relates again back to his reputation, and he can't speak effectively. People know they can take advantage of him, and when things all come full circle, it's a big health problem. From flying, he shouldn't be flying. For the body waters, is not good for flying or for his nervous system, but it's all we're just going to see it more and more and more. Things always get released. Remember when he very first. I even still actually I have that book. Is it here? Is it in this one? Hold on, let me. So Craig Unger's books, American Compromise and House of Trump, House of Putin. Full of Jeffrey Epstein photos, by the way. Just so many, yeah. But remember, all these troubles, okay. Remember Lavrov, Kislyak and Lavrov? Yeah, here we go. See that photo right there? That came out from Russia's press, Russian press agents, because Trump pushed out in his first administration. This is what he did. The first day he was in the Oval Office, he had these assholes come in, and he pushed out the American press pool. And but this came out from Russia. That's something surprising coming out from Russia or somebody else who really has control and the power. It's all about the power and the money with these idiots. And it's going to come out. And it's more about his health and how they can abuse him and they can manipulate him based on the fact that his brain is not working well. Brain. We've got brain here. We've got brain here. We have dementia, Alzheimer's here. Whew. Okay, so if it doesn't happen for Saturday, October 11th, it will in the future, because this is a long-standing health issue. Okay, of course, he's in the late stages, and it's not going to get any better. It's only downhill. All right. Well, you guys have a happy Saturday. I'll be back tomorrow with Sundays. Take good care. Bye.